Okay. Let me admit you guys. If you guys are not muted, mute yourselves, please. And I am going to, if you guys, by the way, my name is Mallory. I have been a partner now for about 6.5 years. Hey Beth, hey girl. I'm gonna see tomorrow Beth, Tate, and Tate's wife and Scotty, which is kind of wild. I PS have never been to Kentucky. So two things. One, new state and get a new ornament. This is my thing. I like used to collect spoons. Now I collect ornaments. So I meant to text you, Tate, like, where can we go get an ornament? But we are masterminding this weekend.
Yeah,
And I'm really, really
hopefully.
excited.
Yeah,
And
hopefully she'll.
you 1 second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, next time, Maui, we are coming to you, girlfriend. I'm with that vote. But tonight I wanted to talk about these topics went up a few weeks ago about what some options were. And as soon as I saw tonight's topic was available, I was like, oh, this is me. This is my jam. I love this topic. And it is why we should be working our business right now. And before we get to that, I just so I don't get super distracted, I'm going to actually pull up my notes. I have a couple just random announcements. You guys know if you're in your coach office, you see them all the time. But if your social media and crazy busy life is like mine, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, this is happening today, right now. Like I should know this. So reminder, as we jump in, I have like 4 or 5 things I just want to like touch on, and then we'll move real quick. Growth Day is available right now for us. If you have any questions about it, Aaron hosted a call last week. It was amazing. It has so much information. But it is just an amazing opportunity to monetize what we have been preaching forever with personal development. This is our jam. This is what we do, right? Like part of the reason that we create routines and we work out every day is to create a space for ourselves and to create a better mindset for us, right? And for forever, we've been running these groups and encouraging people to read and listen to podcasts. And I've actually listened to Growth Day since Brendan Bouchard was at Summit last year. I subscribed back then. And now maybe you've already subscribed today. I love the Daily Fire. I love everything that he's about. I love turning on my app and him saying like, good morning. How's it going? Good morning. What does he say? High achiever? Why is it? It's like leaving my brain right now. I just love it. And if you've seen him speak, if you've seen him in all of the apps that we have access to, he's a part of us now, and we have that opportunity to learn. And if you have any questions about how to sell, how much it costs, what you're selling it for, what the differences are, transferring people that maybe had Growth Day over before, ask in one of our group chats, ask in on the team page. The basics are in Coach Office and they're in all of our team pages. So I challenge you to go read and understand as much as you can so that when you go ask the question, it makes a little bit more sense. The other thing that's attached to Brendan is he'll be at National Leader Conference in Vegas next year. So he will be, and I believe I don't have the qualifications for NLC up in front of me, but they have changed. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, diamond and above, with a certain number of leadership points earns you a spot, qualifies you. And those events are business changing events. I had to miss leadership this year for the first time ever because my stepdaughter had a baby, which makes I'm Mimi Mal, just in case you're wondering. Have a 3-week-old grandson. What's up? But I look forward to those events every year because it does something to me. It does something to my mindset, to my business. And there's something to be said about people that earn their spot to events like that because you're immediately in the room with other people that work their butts off to get there just like you did. And there's just like this understanding from everybody else in that room that's a different level. And it's just an incredible opportunity for you to earn your spot. And the fact that Brendan is going to be there is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I'm very excited for those of you that get to go. Don't also forget, our new comp plan will take effect on December 1st. Just like everything that's happening with Growth Day, I encourage you to go into the coach office. And if you don't understand the comp plan right now, that's okay. I feel like when I was a brand new coach and when I started even like building to diamond and star diamond and all of the things, the comp plan is something that was kind of confusing to me until I started seeing numbers get placed in my back office. But as soon as I understood the comp plan, I started earning more income because I knew where my attention was going. And the more that you understand where your actions and the results that it has literally reflected in your bank account every week, it makes more sense and you will be more apt to do specific things. So challenge for you, if you don't understand the comp plan, ask the questions, watch the videos, understand so that you're not just like surprised and shocked at what's happening in the back office. Starting November 3rd this month, so active now, it's been a week, through November 29th. So through Black Friday, or is that Cyber Monday? All customers in the US can get the body bike for only $6.99. Like, what? That's amazing. For $8.99, you can get the body bike plus, and you can get the body bike studio for only $9.25. Like, you can get all of the things for less than I personally bought my bike at, but it's fine. It's fine. I love it. If you haven't ridden a bike, if you haven't talked about the bike, this is the time. And this is the time that people are looking to spend money on things like that as we're like gearing up to January. I'm going to touch on actually more of that when we get into why to focus right now, like why to lean in now. Because I used to have this feeling this time of year that like, oh, people don't spend money on themselves this time of year, but they do. And I'll tell you exactly how I know. Last announcement is that our team-wide sneak peek is next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. My girls in the Midwest, it's 8 o'clock our time. So let's dig in. I am going to do my best to keep this call to 30 minutes, which gives me 21 minutes to cover a lot of things that I am excited about. Actually, this is my favorite time of year. Honestly, it's the last 90 days. I stole something from Rachel Hollis. This is my like 5th year doing it. I run a challenge group called The Last 90. And it's the concept, I'm sure it's not new to you, that instead of this idea that, oh, the year's almost over, so like, let's just wait till next year. It's fine. Like, who cares about the goals that I set? We'll like set them again come January 1st, right? But instead of doing that, we'll put it off. We decided to do the opposite and we lean in. And maybe more than just because we haven't done any of the things. It's so that by the time January 1st comes, we're not in this like we're getting back to it mindset. We're not in this like that drudgy feeling that you have. I don't drink alcohol, but on the days that I stay up too late or that I eat like garbage or that all of the things, like I wake up and I can feel how my body has like just it's responding in my headspace and my mindset and how cloudy I'm thinking. And when I am not taking care of my body and my mindset and all of those things, I feel hungover, like alcohol or not, like I just feel gross. And I don't want to wake up feeling like that on January 1st. You know what I mean? Like I want to wake up and feel ready to go and feel clear-headed. And my husband, who literally ended band practice early tonight because of this call, yay, does not have a New Year's event this year. And I'm very excited to go to sleep at like a reasonable hour on New Year's, specifically for that reason, right? I know it's not new. I know that you've probably heard Melanie Mitchell talk about it. I know that you've heard every other top coach talk about it, but what does it mean for you to really lean into your business fourth quarter? Like what specifically can you be doing and why should you be doing it? Because it can mean something different for you than it does for me. You know, I have coaches, partners on my team that are just trying to stick to their nutrition right now. And that's okay, right? I have something that I'm focused on that's completely different than anybody else on my team. And that's okay. That's the beauty of us running completely different businesses and you deciding what that means for you. Something that I heard Jenna Kutcher say in a podcast earlier this week was that this is the time of year that she really likes testing things out. And it struck me at the right time. I was in just like a podcast mode that day. I had listened to a few podcasts back to back. I normally don't do that. I was cleaning. So it was like cleaning the floors and like doing whatever, you know, so it's just like almost background noise. And I actually stopped and took some notes because she was saying like, here's the thing. It's November 9th. I set this huge goal earlier this year for my team, for myself, for like my personal fitness, for my business, all of the things. And it's not going to happen. But instead of me saying, I'm just going to like figure it out next year, I'm going to say, okay, well, that's still a goal for me. Maybe it's not happening right now. Maybe it's not happening this quarter. Maybe it's happening next quarter. But what can I test out between now and the end of the year that could possibly impact my business long term, whereas it's not really going to impact my short-term goals, right? Like I'm not going to hit elite this year and I'm sad about it, but it's fact and it's okay. So I have to decide, like, am I just going to not show up? No, I'm not, because I still have a business that I love. I still have a program that I love. I'm still super stoked about Sean T's new program. I'm still really excited about hitting elite next year, right? So when I'm thinking about what I want to do from now until the end of the year, it's a list of things that I said I was going to do 10 times, you know? So what is there that maybe you said you were gonna, but you didn't, that you said, wow, that sounds like a really good idea. How could I do that? Because for me, it's usually not things that take more time out of my day. It's like more intention. Just for an example for you, I have heard time and time again from Melanie Mitro say she does her marketing calendar a certain way. She does 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks for challengers, then 2 weeks for coaching or for partner and business mentorship. And I've thought about trying that, I don't know, 6 years. Like I've kind of done it and then I've kind of not. And so a few weeks ago, I decided like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to see what happens. And I've stuck to it and it kind of works. Like, wow, look at that. It's a thing. It happens to work. Why wouldn't I be trying something out that somebody that is much more successful than me has suggested? Because I didn't focus on it and that's okay. Right. But what is it for you? Right. Maybe it's as simple as, wow, you know what could help me long term is planning out like 3 posts at a time or planning out my calendar for the month. And like, what if instead of me following Beth's calendar or Scotty's calendar or Mallory's calendar, you decided what you wanted to do January 1st. And between now and then, you were going to market for your people, right? And took ownership in a different way. Some things I want to make sure I'm not missing notes. Oh, okay. I'm doing it. Okay. Really just making sure I didn't miss something. Oh, this is a big one. This is the big one, is thinking about how you want to be when you wake up on January 1st. If you want to wake up feeling refreshed and feeling excited and feeling fulfilled and what you have done in the weeks leading up to it, that you don't feel guilt for not showing up, that you don't feel exhausted from burning yourself out, that you don't feel like you've been having your wheels spinning, that you use the time between now and then to come up with a plan that you take action on, that's trackable, so that every week you can look back and you see the progress, so that by January 1st, you have data that you can then apply to your business and your goals next year that you're going into. But it really starts with you deciding right now, how do I want to wake up feeling on January 1st? Do I want to feel energized? Do I want to feel like I have so many people that I could invite to do my January challenge group. I have so many people that could do this Shanti VIP group, this Dig Deeper VIP group, because I cannot wait to do that program, right? What can I do? I tell you, like tactically, really am excited about Shanti's new program. I really am excited to like lean into this program launch. It's something that we used to just like lean into all of the time. And with all of these changes and all of the things that Body has done that have been amazing for our business, I like lost a little bit of focus there, but man, can I get focused around a program launch. And am I freaking excited? Like ask the few girls that I have in a message thread that I'm like, when are you starting? Are we doing the VIP group? Are we going to do our own test group? Like what's happening? I've got it like planned. It's on my whiteboard over there too. It's not just like in my head, but I'm excited about it. So I want to wake up excited on January 1st with a list of people that I can invite to that challenge group, that they're going to do that VIP program with me, that they're going to drink Shakeology with me because they know that it's going to make them feel better, that they're probably going to want some pre-workout because they're going to work on their morning routines because like that's the thing that we want to focus on, right? That's what I want to help people with in January, which means a lot of my content and marketing that I'm developing between now and then is focused on that. I also want to help women that want to grow a business. So I have marketing and plans in place for that. That's like really specific. But more than that, it's like, okay, what can I do besides just my business activity tracker? Not that that's not something we shouldn't be doing on the regular. It gives you that data that we're looking for, right? When you use a tracker, it takes the emotion out of what you're doing and it gives you a to-do list that makes it, maybe it makes it feel a little bit tasky, but for me, it clears my head. It takes out the like, what do I do confusion and gives me a list. And then I can decide, well, if I'm reaching out and I'm engaging and I'm connecting with people, what am I engaging with them on? What am I connecting with them on? I'll tell you, I'm going to run a free group next week, and it's like a recruitment tool for my December client group. I'm going to do the same thing in December. I'm going to run a free group. I'm going to recruit for this free group and add value and make connections to get people excited and then ask them to join me. And that's it, right? Like what we do isn't complicated, but man, does it feel easier when we have a plan. And this is the time of year that we can plan and that we can stand out from people that don't have the plan. Because I tell you what, not everybody is sitting on a call at 8:00. This is 8:00 my time, by the way. It's like bedtime. Like not everybody does this, but you're here. And if you're not here live and you're watching it back, like you chose to take the time to do it, and not everybody else does that. So make it worth it. Don't just show up on these calls once a week and like feel so good about it. No, like take this energy, and when you get off this call, take 15 minutes and write out some bullet points and some really specific things that you can do for your business tomorrow, this week, this weekend, next week. What is it? What can have the biggest impact on your business come January 1st? If you showed up and you did one more thing a day, what's that one more thing for you, right? I feel like what I've been hearing from my team, and what I was like, what's so hard is like, oh, it's this like the time of year that people aren't spending money and they're shopping and they're doing all of these other things, or it's busy. Like people are busy this time of year, so I feel weird inviting them to start a second job. I signed up to do this the week before Christmas. Yeah, like. And if I think about where my brain was at in leading up to the week that I signed up, I was really stressed out. I was stressed out about buying Christmas presents. I was stressed out about my job. I would like mosey around the office in December and just be like, man, another year ended. And here I sit in the exact same position I was last year. And I don't want to be here next year. And I happened to catch Beth on social media a few months prior, and she messaged me and she followed up with me, and I ignored her. And then when it hit me right, when I was so stressed out and I needed the money and I needed this thing to focus on that provided something for me, not just monetarily, but it gave me a purpose. It gave me something that I was lacking in my life. People need that all the time. That doesn't change because it's almost Thanksgiving, or it's almost Black Friday, or it's almost the new year. Like people always need that. Right? And more often than not, the people that don't think they need it even more because they're serving other people, right? So this is our job. This is your time to shine, to remind people, hey, by the way, in this time of year, when you are feeling so stressed out for doing so much for your family, don't forget to give back to yourself. Don't forget to take 20 minutes for yourself with the job one workout. Don't forget to take 5 minutes to make yourself a shake in the morning so that you have the energy to get through the day, so that you don't end up binging late at night or whatever it is, right? Like your people need specific things that you know about them that you can serve them with. So remind them why you're here, right? This is, I feel like, the absolute best time to talk about the business opportunity. It's the best time. It's why it's my focus from now until the end of the year. Because think about this, those of you that have really big premier elite goals, or those of you that you're just like, man, I want to have a crushing challenge group come January. This is the time of year that you're showing up that matters when people are making decisions 8 weeks from now, right? You're going to show up and you're going to be the constant. You're going to show up on the days that you're traveling to and from, you're going to visit family, and you're waking up the day after Thanksgiving when you're out of town and you're doing the bar workout because you don't have any equipment, but you're still going to do it because you're that committed, right? Not everybody is that committed, but you are, because you're here on team call, right? It says something about you, and it says something different about you than when the club fitness and the 24-hour fitness and the personal trainers and all of these like social media people come out of the woodwork in January. It's usually like that week between Christmas and New Year's, it gets like crazy. What if you spent now until then just building relationships with people? Maybe now isn't the best time for them to get started in a workout, but maybe it's a really good time for them to build some trust with you on the nutrition side, or to start really engaging with them and to figure out, man, maybe this is somebody that I could join next year. I will say I'm going to circle back to why I feel like this is the best time to recruit people for the business, is because it gives people an opportunity to kind of baby step their way in, for lack of a better term, when people in January are like rushing to do it, right? Like, what if you spent the next 3 weeks? We have a sneak peek next week, right? What if you signed up 3 partners next week? It was just like a friend or two of yours, and maybe maybe somebody that's been following you, or they've been in your client group for forever, right? And you guys, just through the end of the year, work in this like small close-knit group to help them really understand what they're doing, to get them really committed to their own fitness journey, to start showing them piece by piece how they can show up on social media in their own way, so that by the time January comes, they've already built 6 weeks of trust with people that are following them, so they start seeing success immediately, right? Because I don't feel like I'm successful unless I'm showing up consistently and I'm like working towards something really specific, but my results aren't dependent on somebody else's results, right? They're dependent on how I decide to show up, and how I want to show up today is going to really kind of help somebody decide how they want to work with me in 6 or 7 weeks from now. So calendar wise, I have 5 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up. I can do this. Calendar wise, you have, is it 7 weeks? I shouldn't say calendar wise and then like not have a calendar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 weeks. 7 weeks and 3 days you have left, right? But I want you to think about, between now and then, reminding yourself why this is the opportunity for you, why you are thankful for this opportunity, for this team, why you're connected to Brendan Bouchard and all of those things. You can get creative with Black Friday, and you can get creative with flash sales and growth day and dig deeper and all of that. But none of that matters if you don't know in your core why you're doing this, why you show up every day, why you're sitting on this call, why you're watching it back, why you work out every day. It's more than just to earn income, right? It's more than just, for me, it's not just to have that extra purpose. It's to have something that I'm like driving towards that my children are watching me do. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild to me the impact that me just showing up consistently over the last 7 years has had. I have without prompting, every single one of my kids does a vision board every year. I walked into my 10-year-old, my messy room, 10-year-old. He was asking for a whiteboard and I couldn't figure out why he wanted a whiteboard. It's like, yeah, I'm just trying to plan my day. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I just want to plan my day a little bit better. I was like, all right, man. So I walk in there every morning, by the way, and he wipes off the date and he just writes the date. This is him planning his day, which is fine. You know what I mean? He's not like pulling out the start today journal or anything, but it's like these tiny little habits that I'm like, I haven't told him that he needs to plan his day. He's just watching it happen. And it's really cool to see. That's why I do it. I do this so that I have a stepdaughter that sells candles on Etsy. I have another daughter that's like super interested in making her own t-shirts and like doing all this stuff. And it's maybe she would have done it on her own, right? But like being the example of somebody that works really hard in the house and having them watch me show up at bedtime to do something because they know that it impacts our family. They know it. They see it happen. That's why I do this. So think deeper on why you're showing up than just for the bank account. I mean, the bank account is nice, let's be honest, but you can fill your bank account anywhere. You can't fill your bank account everywhere and create a really healthy ripple effect at the exact same time. Like, this is the healthiest ripple effect that I've ever been a part of. And it's affecting my children. Thank you. Like, there's nothing else like that. So think about, challenge, you have 2 minutes. I'm doing this. You have 2 minutes. Think about how you want to feel on January 1st. Decide what you're going to do between now and then. Get off this call. I'm going to get off this call 1 minute. Oh, no, I've not. It's 8:29. I was going to say, I'm going to get off 1 minute to give you 1 minute to make your list of what you're going to do, what you can do today. Don't just like go to bed right now. Brain dump. I'm going to hop in the chat really quickly to make sure. Wow, there's a lot. Just like 1 second. I'm just going to go through. Hey. Oh, yes, Maui. Reminder. Yes. Good morning, strivers. That's what it is. You guys, there's something. I don't know what it is. I'm like in my kitchen cooking breakfast every morning as Brendan's like, good morning, striver. And I'm like, good morning. Thank you. I needed that today. Every morning. It's so great. It really does. My son walks around saying that, so it's fine. Okay. Love my bike. Oh, they don't ship to Hawaii. Oh my gosh. Throw that sucker on a boat, Laura. Okay. I think. Oh, P.S. Here's something I forgot to mention. Don't forget, we have gift cards. People can buy subscriptions with gifts now. So holler. Okay. Good. Jenny, go, Jenny, go. She's going to brain dump. Okay. That was it. It's 8:30. We did it. We did this in 30 minutes. Yay. Tate and Scotty and Beth, I will see you guys in real life tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what we're going to come up with and share with you guys. So that's it. Have a good night, you guys. And I will see you on the internet. Bye.
Thank you. That was fabulous.
See you talking in this. Okay, now bye.